Alright, here we have the SCX6 with the new FRD single-speed transmission. It looks like it's oozing out some grease. The agfrc combo, the agfrc 125 kilogram servo. This thing has some GPM Lincolns on the front there, but has the Vidavon axles with some AliExpress brass wheels. This one has the front one's brass and the rear one is aluminum as far as the diff covers. And so you can see the metal skid, but the super soft springs in the front, and even then I put some bands to kind of hold it a little tighter. It still has the stock Jeep springs in the back, but I put some bands on that. Yeah, let's see what else. Has the cheap AliExpress servo mount. It's only 4S right now, set up for 4S, but I put another battery in there to make it even with the cliffhanger body. Yeah, when I drive it, I've only been driving it for a little bit here, but I noticed that it will get stalled out. And you go back to a 12-tooth pinion. This spot here, though, is pretty cool for rock crawlers. You can see how it's kind of like a little bit lurchy with the stock transmission and the R3 motor. I had a 12-tooth pinion in it, but it was pretty slow on first gear. I figured this transmission would be more like first gear, but it's looking like it's more like closer to second gear, I'd say. Oh, I got some Hobby Soul adjustable offset wheels, and I'm using the Baja Pro tires with the Three Brothers printed inserts. I really like these tires and inserts. See there, it just kind of stalled out a little bit. Sure lost a lot of weight with that FRD transmission though. I think it's pretty sweet. Also pretty spendy. It's nice to have the options out there though. My plan with this thing is next to change the chassis. I need to figure out what I'm going to do about the links though. I plan on doing like a carrier bearing kind of setup. So I got some squeaky something going on. Let's do a little top speed run here. Whoa! Yeah, it's a little faster than necessary. It's probably about 50 degrees out today, so I shouldn't have any problems with overheating. I did notice that it's a little oh, there it stalled out. Notice we got a little bit warm. Oop. Oop. Oh. This servo is sweet, but I hate the servo on chassis setup. That's what started all of the upgrades for this thing, is how much I hated the servo and chassis setup, and I still haven't even done that. It's the last thing to do. I have the Vidavon mount that goes on these axles for the servo and axle. I just need to figure out that fourth link. A little stall there. With this transmission, it should be no problem doing a fourth link now. Move the drive shaft out of the way, which was one of the bigger problems I think before. The drive shaft was right in the way. There we go. I think that will help a lot with the steering angle, because right now I can turn one direction way more than the other. Super annoying. I also noticed the drag brake's not quite as good with this transmission and this ESC and motor setup. Oh, I have to save it. I think I just need to put it back to a 12 tooth, and I think that'll fix everything. See if we can get up this spot here. Wet tires should still. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. SCX6 is my favorite crawler for sure. This sucked stock though, and the steering still is super annoying, but it's gonna be my favorite. Even more. I got this thing used, and it had a Holmes Hobby servo in it, which was great, but I think it was doing something funky with the stock ESC and motor. I'm going to try it, even though it did have a BEC, I'm going to try that Holmes Hobby servo on this again once I change it to the carrier bearing setup. And I might try the Hobby Wing 8, what is it, something, it's the new 2-in-1. I think this should be light enough with all the changes that 2-in-1 will be okay with this thing. Then I can use the direct power servo and the 2-in-1. I think that'd be a good combination. And then I can with that I can use the Holmes Hobby servo and this combo and use all the stock parts that I have and make a second truck. That is the plan. Got some squeaky bearings. I think that's what it is. This thing has definitely done some river crossings, so I wouldn't be surprised. Could also be link ends squeaking. This place is pretty cool. It's a little much for some of those more 10th scale trucks though. The VRD does good out here. VRD carbon. People set up little trails to take their stuff on here too. Definitely broken axles, a axle, plastic housing axle out here. We should probably check the temperature on this thing. For whatever reason, it's been doing that. Automatically going in reverse. By itself. It's like it's not calibrated, but it is. Turn it on again. Yep, just turn it on and off again. Alright, just needed to recalibrate the ESC, I guess. I didn't calibrate it after I changed transmissions, but I didn't think it really needed to. I didn't change the receiver or anything. It gets a little bound up there. The sliders are nice and not slidey. Caught in there. Ooh, it's not liking that. Yeah, see that servo? That's nice. Let's move the whole truck. 20-pound truck. Sharp rocks. Crunch, crunch. I'd say the stock system probably has more power, at least with this pinion. It's not liking that. Whatever. It's getting bound up or something. This would be a good spot here. Well, I guess this is what it looks like when you have FOC in something that's geared too high. Just kind of cuts out. I imagine that's not good. Yeah, that can't be good for it. You're supposed to take it easy. Let's see. Ooh, it's pretty hot. Yeah. Let's go take a temperature reading of it. Okay, let's see what we have. It's not that bad at all, actually. ESC 90. The motor 100. So that's 107 there. 110. Is this transmission hot? I guess this transmission is like a heat sink, so 115-ish. It's not terrible. Switch these batteries over. Let's check the servo too. Yeah, the servo seems cool to the touch, to be honest. Barely even warm. That's good. I really like agfrc servos. I use them in my bashers and everything. Okay, got the other battery connected. Let's go. So had I not just put the temperature gauge on there, I would have thought that motor was too hot to run, but 100 degrees, 115 degrees, that's not so bad. Squeaky machine. I think if this was dry, it would probably be able to do this. Also, everything's a little bit more difficult one-handed. Ooh. There's not a good noise. Hopefully that's not like a destroying anything sound. What else is cool about this motor in ESC is you can put the drag brake on auxiliary channel. So that's actually 100% drag brake, but it has throttle reducing, so it doesn't put too much stress on it. And then here, oops, can turn this all the way down. Now it has no drag brake, so just roll. Bashing around. This is like, I found like that was better for the stock transmission. Let's back up. Since you want to use second gear, this transmission I don't think you'd really not want to have a drag brake. I'm not going to be bashing it around really. I'm curious to see how this performs when I get the proper pinion on it, and I hope it fixes its lack of power. It is only on punch setting 8, but I don't think punch is what this needs. It's on pretty much all the recommended settings, actually. Ooh, sending rocks flying. I like to do this slow crawling, but this thing doesn't seem to, motor doesn't seem like it right now. He's using some speed. Woo! Need to fasten the rear of the body down a little better. The Velcro's worn out. There's one other guy near me that is pretty into the SCX6 also, and he has the cage chassis, I think from G-Speed, I think is what it was. He got this transmission first, and he tried it with the Hobby Wing 2-in-1 combo that came out, and said that he did not like it. But he did say he was using a 15-tooth pinion, I think, which is what I'm using right now, and I also would not like the 15-tooth pinion. This is not right. Not working right. Even this setup, which I think is a little more powerful than the 2-in-1 combo, the agfrc combo, I think is a little more powerful. I don't like this with the 15-tooth pinion either. It's too weak. The stock transmission, though, in first gear, this was great. But that was also with a 12-tooth pinion. So we'll try this with a 12-tooth pinion. Hopefully it just fixes everything. Didn't seem like... Seems like I cut that body every time I come out, and it still finds a way to snag on things. Ooh. Maybe this spot over here. Ooh. Blackberry bushes. This little spot here is like pretty challenging for the 110s. Let's see if the SCX6 can make it. Everything is more challenging with one hand. These wheels are pretty great with these tires, because these tires was making it so that when I turned left or right that they would rub on the shocks. Yeah, it's not. Oh, doesn't look like it's gonna make it. And now with the wider offset, I don't need to worry about the shocks, and I'll be able to even get more steering once I get that servo and axle set up. I need to fix those sliders. They suck. These batteries are also huge. This could weigh quite a bit less. Let's go check the temperatures in this motor now. I'd rather not go over like the 150-ish range. Put a fan on it. I might have to put a fan on it, even if I do go to 12-tooth pinion, just because it's pretty low temperatures right now, and if I want to drive this in the summer, it's going to get hot. I don't know what the deal is. Why does it keep doing that? The controller, maybe I need to change it to make it more narrow. Maybe this controller sucks. Let's see, I'm not worried about the ESC. The ESC seems to be 107, 111, right there, 117. Well, that's good. Good for now.